everyone. Welcome to episode 33 of the Never Split Up podcast. How you doing today, Anthony?
I'm doing good.
Good. We're going to get right into it. This is our first ever movie commentary episode. I've been really excited to cover this one. If you listened in the past, you may know that one of my phobias is claustrophobia, and I've mentioned that I hate watching this movie. I think I mentioned this. I don't remember what episode we talked about it, but if you're a loyal listener, you know that I avoid this movie. So we thought for our first ever commentary movie, it'd be a little fun. And I know you have some claustrophobia too, Ant.
Yes, I do.
So we thought it'd be fun if we
bad.
both did a live commentary and live watch of this movie. And we've both seen this movie, obviously. I've seen it a couple times. It has been a while because, like I said, I try to avoid this movie for obvious reasons.
It's so, yeah.
But yeah, we're covering The Descent, released in 2005 in the UK, released in 2006 in the US. And I know you wanted to cover that real quick on like which version we're watching before we start.
Yeah, just because it freaks me out. I don't know if you guys know, if you're watching this channel, you probably do have some insight to this, but it was released in the UK 2005, and it has the version released in the US there's a minute cut off from the UK version, but it drastically changed the ending. We'll get to the spoilers of the ending, when we get to the end of the movie in the commentary, but just so you know, we're watching the US version, so it's the version that's a minute shorter that cuts before the original ending. So we're watching it on I was gonna say HBO Max. We're watching it on regular Max, so just so everyone knows, that's where we're watching it. And yeah, it's the American version, so it's a minute shorter, little different ending. So yeah, just make sure you guys know that going into it. If you're watching at home on a DVD copy and you pop in the unrated cut, it's gonna be a minute longer. But I'm assuming most of you are watching it on streaming, so you'll have the same cut as us.
Yeah, definitely. It's available on Max, so that's the version we're watching. If you are watching on YouTube with us, I will have a little countdown, a little timer, so you can sync it up if you want to watch along. But not, you can just listen to us, and same thing with the audio. I'll verbally count us down if you have the audio only and you want to sync up the movie. But other than that, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna cover.
Do you want me to give a synopsis, like before we get into it, just so people know what the movie is about? I don't know.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I'm just gonna give you guys the IMDb synopsis. We're watching The Descent, directed by Neil Marshall. You guys know who he is if you're into the genre. A caving expedition goes horribly wrong as the explorers become trapped and ultimately pursued by a strange breed of predators. That's all you need to know. Very cool premise, very good movie. So I'm excited to get into it. It's highly regarded as one of the best of the 2000s, so we picked a goodie.
Yes, we did. Yeah, this is a lot of people's one of their favorite horror movies, and rightfully so. It's a really solid movie. But let's get into it. I'm going to start the movie shortly. I will put a timer up on for the YouTube video. But for all you audio listeners, if you want to sync along, I'm just going to count us down. So again, I'm on the HBO Max version, so it has like the little HBO intro and stuff. I'm just going to start it from 0. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. So when's the last time you watched this, Ant?
I watch it a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, so probably like the end of spring, beginning of summer.
Oh, wow. Okay, so super recently.
Yeah, it's one of those that I watch, a couple times a year, maybe. It's just so good.
Yeah, I it's probably been a couple years for me. I have seen this a few times.
Did you see it in theaters the first time you saw it, or at home?
I don't think so. No, I don't remember ever seeing this in theaters.
So I made my mom took me to the theaters to see these movies before I was 17, and she had a full-on panic attack on cave scenes because she can't do it. She can't do the claustrophobic shit.
Yeah.
So she wanted to leave so bad.
It's funny. We've talked about my claustrophobia and stuff. I never had that when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. That's kind of a recent phobia for me. Maybe
I've always
the last
had it.
5 or 6 years. Yeah, no, it's definitely more recent for me. But now it's pretty bad.
So this movie is going to be good for you right now.
Yeah, claustrophobia is one of those weird phobias where, I have a fear of heights as well, but I could watch movies that have, heights in them, and I'm not totally freaked out. Claustrophobia is
Oh,
different because like with certain scenes in this movie, I put myself in that situation and I just
yeah,
freak the fuck
it's
out
not
and I
good.
can't handle it. So this is
Like
gonna
this
be
would be
fun.
fun though.
Yeah,
This I would do. This I would
yeah.
do. I've always wanted to do this. I probably would get hurt, but I want to do it. So they're like thrill seekers, adventure seekers, obviously.
So I know I was looking up some trivia before we started. I know all the actresses in this scene insisted on doing it themselves. There's no stunt
Yes.
doubles for this, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're badasses. Very good performances in this movie.
Yeah, and we have to highlight that it's a all female led cast. That's
Oh yeah.
pretty groundbreaking, especially in the horror genre. Um, really don't see that. You have the husband right here in the beginning. Other than him,
Dick.
and I know there were some male performances by the some of the creatures and stuff. It's just all
Oh yeah.
females, 6 females, so that's pretty cool. I believe this whole film was shot in the UK. I don't think any of it was shot when in America.
I believe
So
so
that's
too, but the cave wasn't really shot in a cave. It was too dangerous.
yes, they didn't use um what they built like different caves, I
Yeah, it was on
guess.
the UK, even though it's set here pretty much.
Yeah.
Look at that look. Sarah. This scene always reminds me of Final Destination.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was waiting for it.
So good. My jaw dropped at this scene the first
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I can't imagine seeing it in theaters. That must have been something else.
It's so good. Look at him. He's such a dick. Oh, here we go. Oh,
Boom.
so damn
It
good.
happens so quick,
I
too.
know. It's filmed
They're in
so
the car
well.
for like 10 seconds.
I love how it's shot, and I love how you just see the second pull, but they never cut to the daughter. But they didn't like shy away from
Yes.
killing her.
Yep. A lot of movies when they have like build-ups to car crashes, they like build it up a lot and it has that like tension. This one just like comes
It
out of
was like so
nowhere.
realistic. It's like real
Yeah.
time almost.
Yep. Yeah, and then we have the birthday cake scenes. Yeah, I remember these.
Yes.
Yeah. So sad.
It comes into play in the UK ending. That's why I love it so much.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to speak on that ending when we get there because I don't
Yeah.
know if I've ever seen that ending, if I'm being honest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Do you know the discussion around this movie? Do most people prefer the UK ending, I guess, because it's the original ending?
I would say yes for the most part, but it's I mean it's not like it's hugely different. It's just cut, so it makes it seem like it's so different because in one version, you think something else happens.
Okay.
They're both good. They're both good. I just don't know why the original just gets a little kick in the gut. Love this shot too.
This is so cool, and I'm gonna bring up right away. This movie has so many iconic shots to it. Um, the cinematography of this movie is so freaking good.
And I love how when it like switches over and like she really just run into her friend and everyone's around her. So good. So good. So sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So well shot. Love that. Turn around, everyone. Oh, so good. Shauna McDonald, she kills it as Sarah in this movie.
Yeah, why don't you highlight some of the cast and crew? I don't even know who directed this movie. I'm
Oh,
not
Neil
big on.
Marshall directed it.
And he's pretty well known now. Or
Yes. This
okay.
is probably his best movie. I love this title. Oh, I love a good title drop. You guys know this by
Yeah.
now.
You do. The Descent. Here we go.
Yeah, let me get into the. Well, this is.
I love
Yeah,
that. The
Appalachian
title drop and
Mountains.
then it cuts right to the
Yep.
Appalachian Mountains. That's perfect. Because now it's like, all right, here comes the roller coaster. Here we go.
So his last like string of movies, I feel like haven't been good. Um, but he directed this movie. Dog Shoulder is actually a really good horror movie. Um, Doomsday. He directed a couple episodes of Game of Thrones. The Hannibal show. He directed the new Hellboy, which I heard was not great, but I would still watch it.
Okay.
And two like crappy horror movies that came out a couple years ago. This
Okay,
is
so
definitely
he's
his
like,
best.
he flip flop between like some TV shows and
Yeah,
movies. Okay. And he's from the UK? He's a.
I believe so. Yeah, yeah, he is.
Cool.
So Shauna McDonald stars as Sarah, and then we have Natalie Mendoza as Juno, and then the other girls are the supporting cast. So, but those are the two like biggies really of the movie. Although I do love this girl, this Rebecca, not Rebecca. What's this girl's name? Sam. Her Sam. She's really good.
I am so bad with names.
Yeah, this is the girl right now. She's talking to. She's a good friend.
I don't remember any of the names. I remember the characters, but I'm so bad with the names.
Yeah, it's hard. There's like a group of 6 girls or something.
Yeah, I ended up reading about that too. How they wanted to differentiate the girls, and they all have like kind of different accents apparently to help you.
Yeah,
I'm not really good with accents though, so that doesn't really help me either. But I
it's
think
just hard to
they're
keep. I can't remember names regardless, so it's hard. To
yeah,
know what-
exactly. Yeah, I think they're pretty well fleshed out though. They all kind of
Oh,
have
yeah.
like somewhat of a personality. You have like your big 3 here, and then you have the other 3.
Exactly. These are the big 3 of the movie.
Yeah.
And I like how they're doing right now. Like they do the whole hangout night. It doesn't jump right to the cave because I like to get
Mhm.
attached to my characters before the shit hits the fan. We already have so much history with Sarah already, so yeah, I'm already on her side. Poor girl. It's like I like Juno, but I also hate her.
Which one's Juno?
That the one right here, the long dark hair, the one who was in the beginning giving the husband the looks. Obviously,
you like
using the
Juno?
movie, so we know she's not a good person though.
Oh, she's a terrible person. You pretty much know right from the get-go that like they're gonna be the 2 that this movie focuses on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, like you said, they already have the history in the past. You know that's gonna get brought up at some point.
And Sam's already, she was suspicious when they were doing the rafting because she saw the looks that Juno was given, so she
Yeah.
pretty much knows what's up. I want to go to a cabin and hang out. I would live in a cabin like this, away from everybody, me and my dogs.
Yeah. I would have like a second home. I don't know if I could live that secluded like permanently. I need my movie theater and stuff
Yeah,
close
that's
by.
true.
It's a good idea in premise, but
Probably good for like a long weekend every other month.
oh yeah, for sure.
They're like chilling with beer. They're like cool girls. I would hang out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like extreme, like active junkies, pretty much.
Yeah, some of them more than others, because I do remember
Yeah,
the one
like
line where I think when they're first going to the cave, they're like, "I'm a school teacher" or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Well, yeah, one of
Doesn't
them
she
was
say that?
sisters, I think. Say it. But you can
But
tell like
yeah, the
Juno and
one,
Sarah were really.
yeah, yeah.
I love how you can just see like she's not even saying anything, but you can just see behind her eyes like this still like the trauma.
Mm.
Shite, I love that. I said that so long after this came out, I just said shite.
Shite. Yeah, so she's our like ultimate adventurer. She's the thrill junkie of the group.
Oh yeah.
Holly.
I love how everyone's freezing and she's in a tank top. That's how you know she's used to the nature and her, and
Yeah,
her
right. I
adventure
never
shit.
noticed that.
My mom complains every time.
Yeah, what season is this? Because if you look at the trees, it looks like they're dead.
That fall, right?
Some of the yeah, I guess. Did it say? I don't think it said.
It's
It just
definitely
said 1 year later.
Yeah, it's definitely probably fall or something.
Yeah.
Those are hot.
Some more bonding scenes. Gotta love it. Hey, this is fine.
I really enjoy it.
Because once we get into the cave, it picks
You
up
don't
pretty
breathe,
quick.
literally.
Like, yeah.
We get this conversation right now when shit gets brought up. You get that awesome reaction on Sarah's face in a minute. Yeah. Fucker. Really? Read the room. Oh, I love this. This is a great jump scare coming up.
I don't remember this part. Why can't I remember this part?
The atmosphere even is
dream
so good.
sequence, I think.
It's so well shot.
Oh, now yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I remember this. So it's been a couple years. Yeah, you got like the frosted windows. It's definitely not.
Yeah.
It's definitely the off season.
Oh, that's how you do a jump scare, man. So she relives her husband and daughter's death like every night. She must. That's horrible. She's such an overachiever. She's jogging before they go hiking in a cave. I would say if I was in a situation like this, I would kind of want to be by Juno's side because she's pretty badass too.
Yeah. It's just hard for me to like her.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like her, but
She turns everything into, I mean,
about her, pretty much.
well, but it's all about her. Yeah. She tries to frame it like it's not.
That would be me after a night of drinking. Like, give me a few more
I
minutes.
know. Well, if I knew I was going cave diving, I probably wouldn't have drank
That's true.
the night before.
That shot was always weird to me.
Yeah, I always laugh at that. I was about to say that. Such a weird transition.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's me. Now, do you like going hiking and all this kind of shit?
I like the cabin vibe, the outdoors. I'm not a big hiker though.
I would do. I mean, not like I do hiking every weekend, but I'm down for a good hike.
I'm down for an easy hike. If it's easy and it's got good views, I'm not down for like a hard hike or anything.
Uh, the last photo of happiness. In the trailers, that was the shot like before the credits came up. It's so
Mm.
eerie. Always good, love a good overhead shot too.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Just so you can see how like open and but they're like pretty much
Probably got
isolated
like
too.
a helicopter for that because they didn't have drones back then.
Juno. I don't know how people like read maps back in the day either. I need a GPS.
Yeah, I remember my
Remember when we like printed out MapQuest and,
yeah.
and
Well,
shit?
even before that, I remember my grandpa used to have like a
Actual
map of the
map,
entire
right? Yeah.
country because we used to go on road trips and he used to like whip it out in the car.
Like good for them because I would not be able to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with maps.
She's like egging her on, like get more reckless, get more reckless. It's like Juno, come on.
I never really quite understood Juno's premise because I know she talks about like she's doing this for what's
She's
her
doing
name,
it
but
for Sarah. She's
for
saying
Sarah,
right, but
but like,
yeah.
no, you're not. Like,
Oh, of course.
it's been
Oh,
a
like
year and like they haven't talked or really seen each other. It seems like like she left right after the funeral,
right.
so like I don't know. She's just sketchy.
She thinks she's doing it for Sarah, but she knows that she really just needs to do it for herself. Well, because Sarah's a
Yeah, but
typical like
that's
she hasn't been. She used to be like going on adventures with Juno all the time. And obviously, the last year she's probably just at home doing nothing.
I guess it's her
Understandably so,
attempt
though.
to like put them in an extreme situation to like bond,
Yeah, that's exactly what
you
she's trying
know,
to do. But
so they can
this
like get
this
back
is a
close
little
again.
too extreme what she's trying to do right now. I mean, stick to something that you know where you're
I
going.
know. I
If you
know.
guys are watching, you obviously saw she put like the book that had like the cave's name back in the glove compartment, obviously for a certain reason. So, I would kill her.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be in this situation. I'd be in the cabin still.
My dumbass
You go
probably would
ahead
be
without me.
my dumbass would be probably the front of the line with her. Looking.
Yeah, no, not me. Caving is like I don't
I think it'd be
understand it.
cool.
I don't understand it. It's like my least desirable thing to ever do.
Great. Those all
I
sound
love how
good.
she just lists everything they're
Ev-
about to encounter. What was that zoom in shot? Was there supposed to be like a hidden figure there or something?
I think it probably could have seen like an exit point of where some of the creatures probably could have come out of it, but there was no creature or anything.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to take pictures of a dead animal. I don't understand that. Badass hat too.
Yeah, they all have like beanies on and stuff. She's got the Indiana Jones hat on.
Literally
She's like a
Indiana
show
Jones.
off.
I love that line.
Yeah, that's what I was talking. That's the line I was thinking of. Yeah, this just combines like all my phobias because this is like the fear of heights right here. We have the
Yep.
claustrophobia coming up. We have the sense of isolation. Oh, it's
I will say, depending on, I kind of think I prefer this vibe, like rather than like a beachy vibe. Just me personally. I guess
what do
maybe
you
because I
mean
live at the beach. Like I don't know. Like I'd probably
for
rather
like
go
a
in the woods
vacation?
and shit. Yeah, maybe because we live at the beach. Maybe that's why I'm saying this. But like I would prefer this rather
Yeah,
than going
I
to
know what you're
like
saying. Yeah, Jackie and I stayed at a cabin last year up in Maine at like this big lake, like right on the
yeah.
lake. And I've never done that before. I've never been to like a big lake before. It was
Okay.
fucking awesome. So I know what you
Awesome,
mean.
right?
We were like in the middle of nowhere in this cabin. It was really cool.
Yeah, like that's I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting down alone like that would probably freak me out on that rope.
Well, I like how again this is realistic because all six of these girls are really capable climbers. Like they know how to handle their equipment and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I hate
They're
when
not like
movies have
super
like the
beginners.
one character that's like obviously a weak link.
Right.
It's like, would she really come? You know? So I like how they're all like capable climbers and, you
Yeah,
know,
this isn't their first rodeo with this,
uh
but
huh.
this is obviously just an extreme.
Yeah, it's not one of those like, oh yeah, I brought my cousin. I feel like she would be good. And like she's
Right,
never done
right.
it
Let's
before, you
take
know?
her for her
That's
first
like, yeah, come on.
hike.
Yep, I'm out. End of the movie.
I'd be like,
That's
ooh, let's keep going.
first never split up moment right here. I'd be out of here.
My dumbass would be like, ooh, let's go further. She's so weird. Like, what? Get out of the way, girl.
Don't have a fear of bats. That's not one of
I
my.
don't either. I think they're cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool too.
I mean, that would definitely shock me if they came out like that,
Oh yeah.
but. When you think about it, it's so fucked up what she's doing right now.
Well, right away, the way they were talking about the cave that they're supposed to be in, I would know that that's not that cave because they were saying, "Oh, it's like a tourist trap," and you know,
Right,
it's
right.
for like this does
There's literally
not look
nobody
like a
there.
tourist trap. Yeah,
No, not at
and
all.
there's nobody else there. There's no other equipment. Like, come on.
So like the tight spaces and darkness together would get me.
Yep.
If I don't know where I am and I can't see like how to get out, that's really not going to be good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tight like that. Oof. Oh, oh, I love a good red in a horror movie. Red lighting's awesome. I would not separate either from anybody.
Yeah, they're all kind of in like this big cavern, I guess.
They're
They're all
like
like,
investigating themselves a bit.
yeah.
If I hurt someone, I'm not going to be going by myself.
Well, again, she still thinks she's in like a explored cave, so maybe it's like other,
Right, right.
cavers.
But hell no. She's such an asshole.
I never got this too. Why didn't they
What?
just eat at the top of the cave? It seems like they just got in there.
I know, like, let's get down.
Unless it's supposed to represent like longer time, it seems like they just got
Maybe,
there.
I guess, I mean, the only defense, like, see, after, like, climbing down the rope and, like, going through the cave, I guess. But, like, I would have a big breakfast, honestly.
Yeah, I guess that tunnel was kind of long, but it
Yeah.
seems like they
I
haven't
get,
been
like,
down there
what
that long.
I get a little apple, like, she's having, but, like, a whole sandwich? Like, come on now.
Yeah. Like, let's eat in the car. Maybe they hiked for a while before they got to the cave, but I would have eaten up, like, topside. I don't know.
So this is a little insight. She left right after pretty much the accident. Because she couldn't handle it.
Well, we know the reason she didn't stay, so, like, we don't feel bad for Juno at all. At least I don't.
No, but, like, at that point, you suck it up and you stay for your friend.
Like, yeah. She couldn't do it, though.
Because she felt guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she's letting her go see if she can find a way by herself, knowing that, she could get hurt.
Yeah.
Because it isn't, yeah, it's ridiculous. Hell no.
Here we go.
This is when it starts getting a little tight.
A little bit. Oh, God.
A bit small, yeah.
All right, this is where the fun begins.
See, she has a little. This girl's a little smart. She's like, this is not how I imagined it from the brochure or whatever.
Yeah, she's already starting to.
I've learned from horror movies and getting older. If you're questioning something, go with your gut instinct. That's just how you have to do it these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Nope. Fuck that. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Ah. I can't do it. I just. Oh.
Yeah, they should realize that's not like.
Heebie-jeebies.
This is just so tight. Oh, no way.
Yeah. She gets through pretty easily,
guinea pig? But why is she the guinea pig?
She had volunteered.
Okay.
She said me first, and she just jumped
Oh
in.
yeah, no way.
Yeah. Like I said, she's the daredevil of the group. More than Juno, I would say. I mean, Juno's reckless and it's all about herself, but this one is really
just wants like a
gung ho. Yeah. Even she though, like he just paused and looked around, like, is this really like what we're supposed to be doing?
I wouldn't want to go first, and I wouldn't want to go last. I feel like.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Definitely not first.
No first, but last too. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you can see why you don't want to go last.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, yeah. That's the scariest part of the whole entire movie for me, honestly.
It's like I said, yeah. It's not that it's scary; it just freaks me out because I just put myself in this
Oh, it's
situation.
terrifying. Yeah.
Can't do it. They honestly could have like did more of these scenes, and it would have been
Yeah,
like
this
this
is
is really
pretty.
like the big claustrophobic
It
scene, and then
is.
it kind of opens up a little bit.
I love how like the first half you're almost like, is it just gonna be a movie where they get stuck, but then it just switches to like something different the second
Yeah.
half.
So yeah, I mean, we haven't gotten there yet, but the first time I watched this movie, I didn't know that there was any sort of creatures or anything.
Well, because when you go by the title, The Descent, you're like, oh, they're just like descending into a cave and something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, I thought the
That's a
main
clever
point of the
title.
movie
Yeah,
was claustrophobia and stuff. I didn't
right.
know it was going to turn into like
And I
a
would have been fine with that too, but obviously I
yeah.
love when it gets crazy.
I like the tonal shift too.
Me too. This is it.
Why'd they put her last?
I know the poor
I
Sarah
know.
really gets fucking.
Oh fuck me.
What would you
Ugh.
do? So what would you do?
I would be freaking out. I don't know.
But
I would
if
die.
you freak
I would
out
just
again,
die. I would just die. I would stop breathing. I know. No, honestly, I love and I hate this scene because I would be doing exactly what Sarah's doing. I would start
Right.
hyperventilating and
And good for this girl, Sam. She's such like the way she's talking to her. Oh,
yeah.
she's the MVP.
Good
She's
for
a really
her
good
though.
friend.
But if someone told me to calm down in this situation, I would
Fuck
say
you.
fuck you.
She's so good. Like her reaction to this, Sarah's just killing it. Uh-huh.
No, it's still happening.
All right, let's talk and let's go, girl.
I know. No, honestly, I would probably eventually like do some deep breaths. I would assume, and
Or you
probably
completely hyperventilate and have a heart attack.
yeah.
Now
That
I
I
would.
would.
Now I
That
would.
would.
Now I would.
I would.
I
Yeah.
love when she says that. She's like, "Fuck the rope back. We gotta
I
go
know.
now." Terrifying. This is oh.
See, this would be less terrifying for me because this right here, I'm in survival mode and I'm just like crawling as fast as I can. It's the stuck part that gets me.
Yeah, me too. But after this, it's like this cave is not fucking meant for exploring.
hmm And it
That's
just
what I
sealed the
love this. I
way
love these
shut.
shots.
And now there's no going back.
You literally can't go back. You gotta go trek through. That would be me too. You can't.
Yeah, isn't that right, Juno?
She should have at least told them before they started.
She knew that they wouldn't go, though.
And that should be their choice.
I know.
Rebecca knows her shit.
Yep.
Iconic one.
I would beat the shit
She
out
is
of her.
really just she would
She
be
would,
she would have to
yeah,
die.
yeah. She's the first I'm eating. If
Exactly.
it resorted to that.
Why? How could you go in somewhere you don't know if there's a way out? Like she's so dumb. Hmm. She has some balls to say that.
What the fuck? It's a weird thing to say. I would be like, you don't get to be the leader anymore.
Right. And we'll stay here and die because of you, literally.
Yeah.
Well, I would send her first for everything from here on out. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the dummy, the test dummy now.
Yeah. Mm. It's a cool shot.
Again, it's the red man. Okay, so the best friend's name is Beth, not Sam. The other girl's Sam. I've been messing that name up.
Mm. Oof, that's a long way down.
This scene is pretty intense too. That is not their fault.
Yeah, she's a badass here
Yeah,
for
this
doing
is pretty
this.
awesome. Which, first of all,
Yeah.
I can never.
Mm-hmm.
And she with her hand. Oh, her hands. Oh, it's like Juno's not even doing any of this, and she put him in this situation. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
You have so much upper body strength to do this. Oh,
Yeah, this is intense.
it is so
Great
intense. The
acting too.
suspense is so good. Yeah.
You tell
If
she's really
someone
like
said it, I
digging
would say,
deep.
"Shut up." If someone said that to me.
I know. What are
What are
you
you waiting
waiting
for? Are you
for?
kidding
Like,
me?
like, shut the fuck up. Let her focus.
I know, like you're.
Like
Oh.
she obviously knows what she's doing. That's why she went. I would not trust that rusty fucking
No, yeah, that was her
leg.
mistake. I know it was
Yeah.
easier than doing what she did before, but still. Ugh.
I think she kind of had to because she didn't have
Right.
the other bag, so I think she needed that
She only had X
to
amount
get
of things to
across.
hook up there, I
Yeah,
guess. Well done. Are you kidding me? Even that to me would freak me out. That part.
yeah, I wouldn't do any of this.
You'd have to, man. There's no other option.
I told you I'd be in the cabin right now. I think Juno does not redeem herself, but she does do the right thing and she saves the rope here, right? She collects the rope. She's the last one
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. She does pretty
So
much
she
the
does
same
kind
thing.
of
Right.
risk
The
her
reverse
life.
kind of almost of what the girl in the beginning did.
Mm-hmm.
As she should.
Yeah, it's the least you can do.
I love this moment between them. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, Sarah knows what's up.
Yeah, what a weird power trip move to say.
I will say she's going over a little bit weird though. It's sad because you can see that Sarah still cares about her though, even though how fucked up she is.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you never question that.
Ugh, really?
Hmm. What is that? What is that?
So,
Signet?
I mean, we've seen the movie before,
Do we
so we're not
know?
the party, but
Yeah, I just don't remember.
that's the necklace that Sarah's husband gave to her, like the lot,
The
like
husband, okay.
yeah,
Because Sarah, that's the evidence at the end, right? That
right.
she
That's what
has.
yeah,
So
Beth
Sarah
ends
knows
up.
about it. She knows it was her husband's or something.
Not yet, but she will.
Oh, okay. What is it like inscribed or something?
Yeah, it's something I forget what it says on it.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember she finds it at the end, and it's kind of like the smoking gun.
Well, Beth gives it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah, I forgot that part. I forgot
oh,
about that part. That poor girl did all that climbing, and then she freaking gets her fucking finger hurt afterwards.
yeah, right. Cut the rope. See you later. Bye, bye, Juno.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof. That is a nasty cut.
yeah, she'll need some stitches. She's really digging her grave. Mm, will you? Oh, Holly.
What did you think before we get to them? Because it's coming up. What did you think of the creature designs?
I really like them a lot.
Uh huh.
I like how they're not shown like right away, like in full body, but kind of like we see little hints of them. It's
Yeah,
smart
we
how
get
we slowly,
the
yeah.
night vision, right?
Yes.
First,
Yes.
yeah, that's a cool shot. Like I said, so many cool shots in this movie.
The whole, yeah,
Yeah, I
that's,
like them too. I like the I think it was I saw that they based it on Nosferatu,
yes.
classic
Yeah,
Nosferatu.
it's
So
like
that's pretty
nothing
cool.
like over the top where it's like looks hokey. It's like creepy enough.
Yeah, they wanted to design like a realistic design of people who live down here.
I
I
love that
guess.
they're blind and they use their like sense of smell and makes it creepier.
Yeah, it kind of evens the playing field,
Yeah,
especially when we get towards the end and they have to like battle their way.
love that shot.
Hmm.
I would never think of that. Holly
This
is
is
an
so
idiot. She goes
stupid.
way too
Yeah, I
fast. She's
know.
such an idiot.
I don't
I
get
get the panic, but
this.
like, come
I
on,
don't
girl.
get the panic. So because she saw the hieroglyphics, I don't like all of a sudden she's
Well, because
panicking.
now they know there's another way out.
Guess, but
By now she saw that the
she
wind
was
was
fine
blowing it, so she's
before.
like rushing. She's like rushing to get
Like
to
why are
it.
you gonna rush in pitch black when you don't know where you're going?
Yeah,
You're
well,
just asking to get hurt.
and plus, wait for your friggin' group.
So stupid. This has got
Bye
to be
bye.
another never split up moment
Yeah.
here.
Bye bye, Holly. Oh,
Splitting
she's
from the
splitting
group
up
like
right now.
that.
She's splitting
The
up.
fact that Juno caught up to her and was able to catch her
Oh,
is pretty
I love the
impressive.
leg. This leg. Oh, it gets me every time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know the bone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. When she
She,
tries to reset it too.
but you don't
Oh.
run down like a slippery cave like that.
Yeah. Like what? Those headlights are not that good.
No,
You
not
know,
at
you can
all.
see what a few feet in front of you.
And you literally don't know where you're going, so I don't
Yeah,
understand.
exactly. You could run into a wall. Like so stupid.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
think?
think so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah, you heard it, girl.
I don't feel bad. At this point, if I'm part of this group and now we're dealing
Oh.
with this broken leg,
She's
it's a
just
life or death
she's a
situation.
liability. She's like a liability at this
Yeah,
point.
I'm thinking. I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm thinking to myself, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like now we have to deal with this. Like I just want to get out of here." You know, like
Because
this
now they're
fucking
really
bitch
gonna get slowed
just
down.
made it so much more complicated.
Oh.
Now, is that her daughter or is that like one of them?
Uh,
Because we don't see any
she.
kids.
So she's hearing it as her daughter, but it probably is one of those things because her brain's also messing with her.
Yeah.
With her,
Okay.
obviously, what happened to her
So
daughter.
it's kind of like a little bit of both, maybe.
So it probably could be a real sound, but she's hearing it as her daughter, like giggling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And we're hearing it as
Right,
she's
through
hearing
her
it, I guess.
perspective. Yeah.
Oh, this part's the worst. Oh,
Oh, that sucks. It's too wide. It's too cut open to be doing that shit right now. Oh,
oh God,
Oh my god.
there's no
You
way
gotta
that
just
doesn't get infected.
you gotta leave her. You just gotta leave
Yeah,
her.
I know. I mean, it's what I'd be silently thinking. Like, what are we doing here, guys? We'll come back for you. Don't worry.
Good luck.
Wink, wink.
I love their sound.
Hmm. Very predator-like.
Yeah, that's a good shot too, right here of her face like that. See, I love the shots when they're in like the shadows and the darkness. I love it. Oh,
Mhm.
it's so scary.
Yeah, so creepy.
How would you know? You've never been down here. That's pretty damn good.
How is she not passed out?
Shock.
It's from the pain. I mean,
I would have thrown up from the pain.
yeah. I probably would have said, just kill me.
Just
Put me out
get
of my
done with
misery.
it.
Yeah. I lived a good life. These girls are tough, man.
Beth is like her like rock, really.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. She's like
2
every time she
miles.
speaks, it's like, shut up, girl.
Yeah, you're not making things better.
I would not want to be behind her, that's all I know.
Just leave her last and say, hey, keep up, or
Exactly.
you're not going to make it.
How was that girl gonna get up there?
I also like how this movie takes place all in like one night, or
Oh
like one
yeah.
day, I should say.
Yeah, like time doesn't really pass too much. It's just all in real
Yeah, I
time.
kind of like that. I like how they're
I do a
not
lot
like
too.
struggling with like water and food. Like they're pretty much, even at the end, they're pretty much like at full strength, if
It's
you
just a
call it
full
that.
fight for survival after like
Yeah.
in a couple minutes from now. It's just nonstop.
So creepy.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's eerie. This is such a good, oh,
Yeah, it's starting to like set in and
such
they're
a good
freaking
shot right
out.
now with this
Yeah.
through the video camera.
Oh. Oh, yeah. For those of you that don't know, the none of the actresses knew what the creatures looked like before this scene. This was actually their first encounter with the actors that played these creatures.
It's
So
such a smart direct.
you kind of get like a semi-authentic reaction,
Yes,
which is pretty
yes.
cool.
Take our chance. Oh yeah, you're screwed, guys.
And I remember seeing interviews with a couple of the actresses, and they said, yeah, we were legit freaked out when we saw them.
I love that.
Yeah, because of course none of it's CGI or anything. This is
No,
all
no.
practical. So yeah. I also read that none of these creatures are stunt doubles. They're all real actors
Oh,
they
good. Yeah,
hired because
almost
they
like you can
wanted
tell by
to.
the way they movement. It's just
Yeah,
performative.
it was important to the director that they moved, not like stunt doubles. He wanted
Right.
actors, I guess, to portray the faces and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Just get Holly out of the way and kill her already. There you go. Bye, Holly.
Oof. Oh,
Holly's gone. At that point, she's dead. Just let him take her.
oh. Oh,
Ooh.
so now they're all split up.
Juno, it's either gonna be her or you. She can fight. I'll give her that.
This is what shocked me here.
Ugh. I
Oof.
hate that. Poor Beth. I loved Beth.
Oh man.
That's horrible.
This is the one scene where like I kind of not on I'm not on Juno's side, but I mean it was a fucking accident.
But then she
You
ruins it
know,
because she doesn't. She just leaves her there to die alone.
what did you want her to do? Like,
At least stay with her until she goes. Like, damn, you just fucking
I guess
like you
I
don't
would
know. I mean,
maybe put
she's
her out of
probably
her
gonna
misery.
die. She's probably gonna
Yeah,
die. But like, damn, either do that or take her. Cause she's
yeah.
like holding her hand out. To yeah, I don't know. Juno's really not.
I think she's like just so traumatized right now. I don't know. She's thinking clearly.
She's definitely not. She hasn't been thinking clear in this whole friggin' movie.
Yeah, but that's the one shot where I do kind of. I'm like, oh
Well,
no.
obviously, because she didn't do that on purpose. Obviously,
No, of course not. Yeah.
she didn't know.
I love this. I forgot about this. So these two use the green sticks, the glow
Yep.
sticks. I love how it they again because it's so dark, so it's hard to track who we're following.
Look at that.
So I love how they have the green. Eventually, Sarah has the torch, right?
Yes,
And
eventually
then
at a certain point.
Juno
Yeah.
has like a different lighting. They all kind of have their own lighting scheme. I like that a lot. It helps you keep track of
Right.
them better.
Because she still has a video camera on her now too.
Yes, yeah. This is Sarah.
Yeah, this is Sarah.
Yeah.
She's up from being knocked out.
Oh. What is that?
Got a lot of bones. Oh.
I would be freaking out, dude.
Because you know it's their territory. Like, you don't.
Oh, dude.
Like, one move and you're done. Shh.
Nope. I don't even, like, I wouldn't even be looking. I would just be closing my eyes and just hoping that it's all over soon. Whose body was that they dropped? That was
Holly.
Holly's, right?
Yeah, the one with the leg.
Yeah. Yeah, because she finds Beth, who
Oh,
has the
yeah.
necklace.
That, oh.
Yeah. And these two are, I forgot their names. That's
Rebecca.
the other blonde. Yeah.
Rebecca. Maybe it's Jessica, Rebecca, and Jessica.
Yeah. So you know these two are like pretty much fucked because like they're not
Yeah,
the two main
they're not the
characters and
mains.
they're together. Yeah.
They put up a good fight though.
At this point, once Holly's dead and what's her name got it through
Beth.
the throat. Beth got it through the throat. You pretty much know that these two are probably gonna die too.
I wish Beth made it longer.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. She does have her moment coming up though with Sarah.
Yeah, she's very good too, and they're all really good. This part always gets me too, and it goes on top of them.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to watch that.
Mm. I wonder what they use to make those noises. If it's all like
I don't know,
human
but it's so
noises, or if they use like certain animal noises. Really cool. It's like pig noises and
Yeah, it's like
the
a
way they
mixture of a
click and
couple
stuff.
things.
Her and her fucking Zippo. So wasn't the arrow pointing the other way? Like, what? I don't
She's
get
going. Yeah, I don't know. She's going wherever that friggin' later. This part's awesome.
that. Hello. Been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
And it's like there's nothing you could do just by lay there and just hope for the best.
I'd want to be on the bottom.
Oh, me too, 100%.
Yeah, sacrifice my friend. Doesn't he like step on him?
Yeah, that's it. It gets.
How does he
it's
not
so
feel
good.
them?
They're very, I guess, by smell mostly. I guess.
Maybe he doesn't step on him.
I think he does. I think
Yeah,
he
I
goes
thought so, too.
back.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Ah,
Oh my god! I would have to
watch.
sacrifice her. This is when he goes on their head, I think.
Mm-hmm. Better her than you.
100%.
What are you doing? Why are you screaming?
Yeah, no, does she not know there's other. She knows there's things down there too. She just killed
Yeah,
them. I
oh
don't
yeah.
understand.
Like, this is their home territory.
Oh, you know
They're
what?
gonna
They
get
step
to
on
you.
Sarah's head, not the two girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it here? Yeah.
I don't know if it's here or after the Beth scene, but it's coming up.
Was that like a canteen?
I don't know what that is.
Holly. Don't mind if I do. This is where Sarah kind of turns the corner, becomes the awesome
Right.
badass.
She goes into like full on survival mode.
Yep. I mentioned the Predator before. I mean, this is total Predator vibes. This
Yeah.
last sequence, falling in the blood pool and coming out of the water and
It reminds me
hiding
of
under
like
the bodies and stuff. It's
very like
really turns into like a
Alien-esque, too.
face-off, like an
Yeah.
action sequence. Yeah. So I'm saying I
Kind of
love the
reminds me a
tonal
little
shift.
bit of like Ripley a little bit.
Yeah, that too. Yep. Very resourceful.
Yeah, like half of this shit I would never think about.
Yeah. Well, again, it's well established that they've like
Yeah, they
they
know
haven't
how
done
to.
this
Yeah.
before, but they're pretty well equipped for like, survival situations. So here comes the longest torch in movie history. Thing lasts like so long.
Too loud though.
Too loud, and you'd think the heat coming from the fire, they'd be able to kind of feel that,
Right.
especially as they
I
get
guess
closer.
you gotta do what you gotta do though.
Yeah, I mean, she can't rely on that camcorder to see. I mean,
Yeah, no,
so
that thing's gonna die sooner or later.
yeah. So see how I like this? How like they're
The
green.
different colors, right?
She has the fire.
and then
Yeah,
Juno's red.
yeah. Especially because it keeps cutting back and forth. What was that?
I wouldn't scream like that when turning a corner.
Yeah. So now she's making her go first. Like,
Okay, it's good
what?
for now.
Why did? Yeah.
But never look back. Come on.
This is one of those lose-lose situations. You're either first or you're in the back.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
no
I don't know
middle,
which
man.
it's. Yeah.
She's pretty badass on this scene.
Yeah, I like her. She's pretty cool.
Me too. Yeah.
She's the one who climbed across the
Yep.
the ceiling, right? Yeah,
Yep.
she's cool.
Damn.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Juno. Oh, what? You shouldn't even have mentioned her.
Beth's dead. She didn't lie. She didn't say that they killed Beth. So, plausible deniability. I guess she's like the anthropologist of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's me. She's like, why are we studying this? Let's just go.
Don't touch it. Right? Like, go.
They marked their way out, but they never made it out. So,
Right, they marked it to a point, I would assume.
yeah. And who knows if they marked it correctly? They could have just been
Right.
going the wrong way. So that's kind of a flaw in their logic, but it's the only thing they have to go on.
As I
So,
say, they don't really have any other
yeah,
options.
yeah.
See, she's still alive. Like, Juno, come on.
She can still talk too, which is pretty impressive.
Barely, but yeah.
Doesn't she tell her that Juno killed her?
Yeah, she
Or
just
something?
says her name,
It's
really.
like, be careful. Uh,
That's the part that she left her. Like, that's the part I can't.
yeah.
She's done. She's done. You can't. Yeah.
Oh, this is the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she tells her it's from
Yeah, it's
Paul.
from Paul.
Is
Yeah.
that what she just said? Okay.
Yeah. See, it says love. So
So she knew that. So the other girls knew that she was having an
well,
affair.
just Beth. Remember in the beginning, she had like that scene where she like looked at them. She
Oh
saw
yeah, yeah.
Juno, so
Okay.
she
So
like
she had her
she pretty much
suspicions.
knew. And
Yeah.
then when Juno made all these comments, so Beth pretty much told Juno without flat out telling her that she knew. So Juno must have
Okay.
known that Beth knew too. Damn, Sarah has to do all the hard shit. I would want to
Yeah.
get
Sarah's
kills
got to
too.
be fucked up. Is she in the sequel?
Yeah,
Sarah is.
yeah.
Is she fucked up in the sequel? I don't remember. She's
Uh,
got to be fucked up.
yeah, she's fucked up. She's like a hardcore badass in the
Survivor's guilt.
sequel.
Yeah.
Ugh, horrible.
I feel like that wouldn't have done it. Maybe like double
Do
tap.
one more for measure. Yeah,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
measured. I guess at that point though, she was losing so much blood. Maybe a hit to the head might have just done it quick.
Well, at least knocked her out or something.
Yeah. By that time, yeah.
Oh, I remember that cut.
I love it. Now she's pissed.
Yeah, this is where we get the fucking
She's
Arnold
Ellen Ripley.
Schwarzenegger.
She's
Yeah, Ripley.
right.
Yeah.
We got a female.
Oh, poor thing. You have these invaders that come into your home and start killing you
Right.
guys. You know?
Love this. The pool of blood.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
so
How can you?
cool.
This is iconic.
So I love this shot. Yeah.
She pops up.
Yep. This would be my poster if I bought one from this movie.
It's so good.
Yeah. I love how she's under there for a while too.
And she like, oh, so this is
Because she
like,
knows that you can't make a
just
sound. So she
that's
doesn't freak out.
So
Yeah.
like sinister looking right there.
I know, with the skull in the
Yes.
forefront there, yeah.
And you know there's something else under there with her. You know something else coming out. So good.
Love the lighting too, because it
I
doesn't
know.
it shows you enough.
In the
You're not, like,
sequel,
squinting your eyes.
they show the creatures way too much. Like in good lighting, it ruins it.
You think they show them too much?
In the sequel, not this one. This is
In the
perfectly
sequel.
lit.
Okay.
Because they're not in full view really, like ever.
Yeah.
The sequel is just pretty rough with that. Nice.
Love a nice eye gouge.
And it's kind of mercy too. A nice quick kill. Here's the head. When the thing goes on the head, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
I would freak out for this too. I would not. That would fuck me up. Oh, and that would just end it for me. I would have to die.
Burn it. Yeah, that's a little unrealistic. He feels a body with fire. I don't know. He's the dumb one of the bunch.
Yeah, he's.
Oof. Torch is still going strong.
Yeah, she looks good holding it. She looks like badass.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like she's a bloody like she's ready.
Like a war cry.
Yeah.
Love it.
I don't even blame her for that because she has to just let something out at that point.
At this point, she's like, "Bring it on, motherfuckers! I'm
Right.
killing you all." You know, she don't give a fuck. What does she have to lose? You know,
Literally
she's gonna
nothing.
go out swinging.
I also don't blame Rebecca for saying that either.
Yeah, I guess you got to give Juno credit though.
Like I would want to go back, but at that point, it's like gotta get out of here, man.
She feels so guilty from.
Well, at this point,
everything
it's
like
she's
if
not
it
going
wasn't
back.
Sarah,
Right. She wouldn't.
she wouldn't have gone back. If
She's
it was
going
someone
back
else.
because of her guilt, not because she like wants to. Well, she wants to save her, but it's because of her own guilt.
Yeah. Oh fuck that.
Don't look back. Yeah, you're screwed, girl. Oh,
If there's anyone who can do it though, it's her.
Well, that's not Rebecca. That's the other one. This is not the one who did it in the beginning.
Oh, it is. I thought
No,
that
yeah, it's
was.
a different one. This one's a different.
Oh,
That's I think her
it's hard
name's
to tell with their
Jessica.
helmets on and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I can only imagine like my hand. Oh, that's the one. The other one.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh God.
Huh. Oh,
Like that rope right now, and oh my God,
yeah. These girls are fucking tough, man.
they are. Shut up.
How long would you have lasted in this movie? I
Um.
pride myself on being I think I'd be a pretty good survivor in most horror movies, but I don't know about this one, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I might have had a
way
heart
over my
attack.
head.
I might have had a heart attack just from being claustrophobic, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not a survivalist, so you need a lot
I
of
do
that.
like how she takes it into her own hands right now. She just doesn't let the creature get the kill. She does it herself.
Oh, throat rip.
She takes him with her.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Oh,
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah.
Oh, this is
I can't
awesome
catch a
too.
break.
This is so awesome. This kill, right to this, just devouring her stomach. Right. I probably would have jumped too. I don't care what would have happened. Just jump and hope for the
Yeah.
best.
I thought she was gonna try to jump on her and swing
Yeah,
across.
that's what I thought the first time too.
All right, and we got our final two, like we
Yep.
always knew it was gonna be.
It's the only way to end it with the final
Yeah, if
two.
you've seen enough horror movies, you pretty much knew how this was gonna play out. How do you feel of I mean, I know you said you like this movie a lot. What do you think of the pacing so far?
Oh, it's great. I think it's perfectly paced.
Yeah,
I think it really
I think
benefited
so
from
too
not bringing the
because
creatures in too early.
yeah, it's about like just a shade over an hour and a half, which is good, but it feels longer, but like in a good way. Does that make sense? Like
Right.
it feels like a hearty movie, but it's not overly long. It doesn't drag.
No, it's because they cover so much. Because
They
you feel
yeah,
like in the beginning, the opening sequence, and then they're hanging out, and then
like
you
it
got
feels like
the
forever ago they were like just exploring the cave. Like
right,
so much has happened to them in such a little amount of time.
and it doesn't feel rushed. So it's a testament to like it's such a short runtime, but it's all paced so well.
I guess that's a big credit to the editors, the way
Yeah,
they edit
editors,
and put
directors,
the movie
don't
together.
underestimate edit. That's where the movies are made in that
Oh
editing
yeah,
room.
definitely.
I love how she asks about Beth too.
I took care of her.
You just
We're doing this here, really?
you just confirmed it for her.
Yeah.
They do look badass together, though. I'll say that.
It's a cool score.
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
too much either. It's not like taking over the movie.
Now, is that torch still going? Damn.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, such a good fucking shot.
Yeah, we need a movie from their perspective where they're the good
Yeah.
guys. I really like these action sequences too.
The
They're really well
choreography
done.
is so good.
Yeah, it really elevates the movie, I think.
And they do not hold back on the blood either. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, when I think of this movie, I don't really think of the gore, but it's
It
pretty
is
fucking
really,
gory,
yeah,
dude.
it is.
Yeah. Like, ugh,
Yeah,
it shows a
get him.
lot.
And she just like destroys his head. Right
And that
here.
was the trend, right? I mean, 2006, we
Yeah.
were right in the the height of all that stuff going on. So
But this
it's
is
kind of on
blended
brand
well
for the
with
time.
like the suspense and the tension.
Mhm.
It's not just about the gore. It's not like I mean, I love Hostel and Saw, but it's not like that.
Oh no, this definitely isn't classified as like one of those
No,
movies.
it's not like the whatever we call torture porn or whatever. They got it done.
Killer, finisher. He swatted it whoosh, so badly. She does the smart thing though.
I love how she lets her know
Brutal.
that she knows. I love that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so badass. That not only confirms that she knows about Beth, but that she knows that she was with her husband.
Mm-hmm. And like, you know, good for her because it's not just the cheating, it's like she's lied to her for a year now
Right.
and has kept that from her. There's no going back from that.
I love how she doesn't even kill her. She's just like, you're the bait, bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a smart move.
I honestly think she's more upset about the whole Beth. Like, you left Beth to die alone.
Yeah, I think it's everything.
That was the last straw.
I love the look that she gives her though. The
Yeah.
Juno look gives her. She kind of like respected it almost in a way.
I mean, in Juno's credit, like, she's not going down without a fight.
No.
But I mean, she's kind of fucked.
Daylight.
That's what you need, girl.
Oh, this shot is cool too.
When she's just, I love of her climbing up there.
Yeah. Don't they have like a wide? Yeah, this shot here.
Yeah, it's
so
so
cool.
good.
Cinematography, man. Whoever did the cinematography. Oh, I'm really glad we covered this movie.
This shot is so good. Like you feel like the breath that she makes with her, like the exhale.
Oh yeah, yeah. Taking that first big breath.
Oh,
This movie is so good.
Get in there, girl.
This part always pisses me off too.
What?
How fast she like goes down the road.
I'd be going
She's like
fast. I'd be going
fucking,
so fast.
she's like sliding all over the place. Like, come on, lady, slow it down a little bit. I mean, come on, just getting airborne. It's Ford Broncos, man. Okay, so again, this is the US version. So
Right.
we're about to get like one last little jump
Yeah,
scare, and then it
we'll
just
get
cuts.
into that because it does change the movie. This is all in the UK original ending, by the way. It's just cut. Like it just stops for the
Mhm.
US. They just cut it because
So it goes to the jump scare, and then it cuts back to her in the cave. Is that how it cuts?
yes,
Okay.
because they thought that US audiences thought it was concerned that it would be too depressing. Which I'm like, come on, why are we such bitches? Ugh, I would do that too, though. So
And
that's
that's
the
it.
end.
You
Okay.
got the
Love
photograph.
how okay. So in the
Okay.
OG ending, so right after she sits back up and sees like the hallucination of Juno, she
Hmm.
it goes back to her in the cave, and it's revealed that she's having this part of the same hallucination. She sits up and she sees her daughter Jessica sitting across from her with the birthday cake, and
Okay.
Sarah's kind of obviously she's hallucinating, so she's delusional, and she starts smiling at her daughter with the cake, but then it's revealed that the candlelight on the cake is really her torch, and then the shot just widens, and we hear the sounds of the creatures closing in, and then it cuts to black. I fucking
Okay.
love
So
it.
she's still in the cave. Where does it cut back to though? Is it like after Juno? She
Yeah,
kills Juno.
it's after that. It's just she's trying to get, but she couldn't get out, and she just
It's when she
by
gets
herself.
goes unconscious, maybe.
Yes, it's
Oh,
just by
okay.
herself. Everything else
So the
happened. It's
whole
just she didn't
climbing of the
escape.
bones. Okay,
Yeah.
that's where it cuts. Oh, okay, yeah.
So but it's I don't know why it wraps it up so well to me that this all happens is just cut. So I mean, there's two versions, but for me, I just go with the OG because she can still survive technically. The OG, they don't show her die. Well, she does survive because there's a sequel. But some people don't
Hmm.
count the sequel as canon because it is nowhere near as good as the original. But yeah, she technically does
Well, just
survive,
because
so
it's
she
not
makes it
good
there.
doesn't mean it doesn't count.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
yeah, she does survive. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers, but someone else survives too. So
So I don't want to. Yeah, I kind of like this ending, maybe because I've never seen the other ending. But if she survives anyway, I kind of like how they just kind of wrap it up.
yeah.
I don't know.
I
It
just
kind
don't.
of
I
makes
think
it
it's
like a
a
little
kind of a
pointless.
little bit like that was very much a trope, like to end on a jump scare like that. I kind of like how after the
Yeah,
original it goes back to that. You're like, oh shit. I don't know.
yeah.
I like a guys. I like a get downer ending.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I guess because I'm looking at it after the fact and knowing that
Yeah,
she does survive, it's
yeah,
kind of like, what's the point? But I guess in the moment when you see the movie for the first time, it's probably gives you a better impact of dread.
yeah.
And I
It
know you like
definitely.
your dreadful
I
endings. Yeah.
really love it.
Okay. Well, that was our first commentary. Thought
Yeah,
it went
watch 'em.
pretty
That was a good
well.
watch along.
That was
Yeah,
The Descent. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the movie as much as we did. I hope you guys watched along with us. Do you want to go over like just quick like review final thoughts? We'll each talk
yes,
about like the movie as a whole. So
yeah,
why don't you
for
go ahead
sure.
first?
Yeah, this movie I remember the first time I saw it in the theater, and it stuck with me ever since. It's probably one of my favorite of the 2000s, and I'm not usually like a big creature feature guy.
Mm,
But this one just did it so well because it blended, like we talked about. It was really just the fear and the suspense of like them going into an unknown cave. It was scary to me before the creatures even showed up. And then that was just the added bonus of doing an all out bloody horror fest. So I love the characters together. it's not the typical teenagers going into a cave, like hooking up and getting killed. It's a group of close knit friends. I think that helps it out too. Um, it's just a really well made horror movie, and I can see why it's on the top of many lists of the 2000s. I really love it a lot. I don't really know if I would have changed really anything in the movie at all.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, this is one of the
Cool.
better
Yeah,
UK
no,
horror
I'm really
movies.
glad we picked. I'm really glad we picked this movie. It's been a couple years since I've seen it. I have seen it a couple times over the years. Um, it freaks me out. The claustrophobia scenes.
Right,
Just putting myself in the cave. It's something I would never subject myself to. But that's what makes it so scary. I agree with you. I really like the tonal shift when we get the creatures. I'm gonna make a comparison to one of our earlier episodes on Barbarian. I think this movie achieves the tone shift much better than Barbarian because it keeps a lot of the same creepiness from the first half of them descending the
right.
cave. It doesn't do a complete 180 like Barbarian does. That's a
It's too
little
abrupt in a
jarring.
Barbarian. It's
It's
too
too,
abrupt.
yeah. This kind of seamlessly just escalates in a
Right,
way. And there is a tonal shift, especially like the third act. It kind of gets like, more action
right,
oriented, but you still feel that like same dread you feel when they first get stuck in the cave
for
because
sure.
there's like they're like miles below ground, and I think having that setting deep within a cave kind of helps with that. So yeah, I thought it was done perfectly. This is a great movie. Yeah, I'm really glad we decided to watch this movie. Do you want to do a score? Do you want to give
Yeah,
our
yeah, we should
scores
give
since
scores.
we?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Didn't really think much about it actually. Well, do you want to do the never split up moments
Oh
first?
shit! I didn't even think of one. Damn it! All right, yeah, let's do the never split up
Come
moments.
on, man.
I know we watched the
I
movie.
was calling
I
some of
was
them
so
out in
into
the
it. I was
moment
so into
too.
the
Yeah,
movie.
I was
I
trying to help
know.
you out. Yeah. Well, why don't we do the scores first? Because we just talked
Okay.
about our final
Okay. Cool.
thoughts. You want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I can go first. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
this is
fine.
up
Yeah.
there. This is really up there for me. I'm going to give it a 9.1.
Oh, cool. Wow.
It's like
Cool.
really up
Awesome.
there. Yeah.
9.1. Yeah. Um, that's a good score. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. Yeah, that is a really good score. I'm gonna be a little bit lower. It's not quite in the nines for me. I'm gonna give it like a 8.8, 8.8.
Okay. So
So
still
pretty
super
much right
high.
there. I'm a little bit, yeah, a little bit below you, but yeah. If you haven't checked it out and you listen to this commentary, watched it on YouTube or whatever, I definitely recommend kind of turning the lights off one night and
Yes.
watching the full movie without the commentary because we talk throughout it, but if you watch it with the lights off, it's definitely creepy, especially when the creatures come in. Because like you said, Anne, it doesn't really show a lot of them until the end, and you kind of get
Yeah, they're
that like
filmed perfectly throughout
creepiness.
the entire movie. The creatures.
Hmm. All right. So do you have a moment? Do you want to announce?
Yeah,
You
you won the
posted the
poll
poll.
for Snakes on a Plane.
Oh, okay.
So you
I
get
won.
to have the option of who goes first.
All right.
That was a fun episode too, so make sure you guys check that one out. But yeah, you go first.
Yeah. Let me just break down what we do real quick. For any new
Oh yeah.
listeners or watchers on YouTube. The podcast is called Never Split Up. It's a play on the trope. To never split up in a horror movie. And at the end of each movie review, in this case commentary, when we watch a horror movie, we both pick a never split up moment from the movie. That's basically just a dumb moment in a movie. It doesn't have to necessarily be when characters split up. We just pick
No.
any dumb moment that we don't agree with a character in the movie and that we're yelling at the screen like, what are you doing? And we pick our favorite dumb moments from the movie, and then we have you guys vote in polls on our social media, so it's a little fun. We have a little back and forth with you guys, and we announce who won each poll every week, and whoever wins gets a little advantage and gets to go first for the next week. So just a fun little kind of game we do after each review episode. So I guess I won the poll for Snakes on a Plane.
Yes.
Everyone go check out that episode. That was really fun. So I will go first here. I commented on it in the moment. It's the dumbest moment in the movie. I think for me is definitely Holly when
When
she
she runs
splits off
through
from
the
the
thing.
group and just runs full speed and breaks her leg. I mean, I told you in the moment, like, dude, if I'm one of those girls in the group and I'm like sitting there, I'll be like, really gotta like deal with this girl now. Like she did this to herself. Can we just like leave her? Like I'm trying to save my own life, you know? So I definitely gonna go with Holly. She definitely handicapped the group by doing that. She freaked out and like, what are you doing, man? It's pitch black and you're just like running into darkness. That's so stupid. I like yell every time.
Yeah, that's a good one. She should have not been so abrupt and like took off like that.
And they're yelling at her to stop.
I
They're
know.
like,
Well,
stop,
Juno's like, Holly,
stop.
slow down, because she knows that, like,
Yeah.
you know, they don't know where the fuck they're going.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
You got one?
I'm trying to think of one. It's really hard because I'm like everything they do is kind of like legit for most of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna go with the one. It's not a split up moment. It just bothers me and upsets me. I'm gonna go with that Juno leaves Beth to die alone. Even though I know Beth doesn't end up dying alone, but it just bothers me because maybe at the end, Sarah would have given her some mercy and they could have gone out together. And you know, that's what Sarah might have been able to make it out with Juno by her side, rather than trapping Juno as bait. So yeah, I think Juno, she really did herself a disservice. She was just honest. You know, obviously Sarah would still be pissed about the husband, but I think that she would have probably let her come out with her. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Juno, and she lied about it. She's told Sarah, like, I saw her die. Clearly, no, you're digging a grave for yourself, girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, she
Now,
should have
what
at least
pisses
stood
you
by
off?
Beth's
Do you
side.
think
I mean, she should have.
I was gonna say, do you think she should have tried to like carry her and escape with her, or just
No,
like
I
sit
think
there
she
with her?
probably should have ended it was even if she did the mercy kill, like she should have done the same thing.
Okay.
She should have either because Beth didn't want to live. She couldn't live like that. She couldn't survive.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if she just stayed with her for a couple minutes and then done the same thing as Sarah, it would have probably went over
Yeah.
better. And then told,
Yeah.
but you know, was honest about it. You know, the way she did it is just shit show. I mean, it led to her getting friggin', well, not killed technically, but she was bait.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's a technically a split up moment too, because she
Yeah.
split from Beth. So we both kind of had actual split up moments. So that should be good. All right. Awesome. So yeah, that's the Descent. We're going to our next episode will probably be a couple weeks from now. We went a little bit to bi-weekly for the summer just because we're gearing up for the Halloween season. Once we hit September, I think we're gonna really hit it hard. But we've slowed down for the off season. Just a lot going on with us and stuff, and we figure we kind of slow it down a bit before we really crank it. I have a lot of ideas for the Halloween season and stuff, so
Yeah.
be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, I think we've had some really fun episodes this summer, so if you haven't checked out our latest episodes, starting with our favorite summer horror movies, check those out. Those are fun. We did a lot of cool movies. Do you have anything else to say before we wrap it up, Ant?
No, I'm curious to know. Let us know what you guys think about the commentary episode if you want more of them. What movies you want us to do commentary for. That might be cool. So we get some suggestions from you guys for the next one.
Yeah, that's a good point. The reason we did this commentary episode was because it was a suggestion from one of you guys, from a listener. I believe it was a someone on YouTube. YouTube comment suggested it, and we took the suggestion and we thought it was a good idea and we ran with it. So we want to hear more of those suggestions. We're looking to do some different content and stuff as we move forward. We're still kind of new to this. This is episode 33. We're not even a year in. I'm really excited to get our first Halloween season under our belt. That's going to be a lot of fun because we didn't start this podcast until after Halloween. So that's going to be so fun. But yeah, we definitely want to hear you guys' feedback. So let me know if you guys like this commentary, if you want more of this in the future, and recommend any movies that you have that you want us to commentate. I thought this was a lot of fun, Ant. I thought this was a good movie for our first commentary.
Yeah. This is a really good one to start with.
Yeah. Until next time, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at neversplituppod. We're also on Facebook. Follow us on Spotify podcasts. We're on YouTube podcasts. Please give us 5 stars. Leave us a review if you can. That really helps us with the algorithm on YouTube and on on iTunes. On YouTube, please subscribe. We're trying to get those subscriber numbers up. And then also let us know how you like the episode in the comments. And that's about it. Yeah, until next time, guys. I'm Nolan. That's Anthony. And we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.